Hi everybody, hope all of you are well. Today I will start a new chapter, that is alcohol, phenols and ethers. Alcohols are the hydroxyl derivatives of aliphatic hydrocarbons. If we take one alkane like RH, if we replace the H by one OH group, then this is called an alcohol. Alcohols have many industrial as well as pharmaceutical applications. Now you are using ethanol as hand sanitizer to protect yourself from coronavirus. Now alcohol can be used, mainly ethanol, as spirit, medicine, as an antiseptic, and we can use ethanol also for polishing purpose. All carbohydrates contains OH groups, so we cannot think our life without this OH functional group. So it is a very important chapter. First we discuss the classification of alcohols. Alcohols are broadly classified mainly two categories. One is called aliphatic alcohol, and another is aromatic alcohol. In aliphatic alcohols, the hydroxyl group is linked to an aliphatic carbon chain like CH3OH. So here OH is attached to an aliphatic hydrocarbon chain, or you can write in this way. This one is butanol, this one is methanol, this one is ethanol. They are all aliphatic alcohols. Next, aromatic alcohol. If alcohol group or OH group is attached the side chain of an aromatic ring, then it is called aromatic alcohol. Suppose this is an aromatic benzene ring, side chain this alcohol is attached, OH group is attached, then it is called aromatic alcohol. If OH group is directly attached with benzene ring, then it is called phenol. Another type of classification we will discuss now, that is on the basis of the number of hydroxyl group. If in a molecule there is only one OH group, then it is called monohydric alcohol. If in the molecule there is two OH group or hydroxyl group, then it is called dihydric alcohol. And when three OH group, then it is trihydric. If many OH group, more than 3 or 4 is there, then it is called polyhydric alcohol. I can give you one example. Methanol, ethanol, they are monohydric alcohol. CH3OH, CH3, CH2OH, they are called monohydric alcohols. CH2OH, CH2OH. This molecule is called ethylene glycol. This is a dihydric alcohol. If we take 3 OH group, this is glycerol, that we are generally used as glycerin, then it is called trihydric alcohol. Now polyhydric alcohol, we can give you example, like sorbitol or mannitol, that we can think about this type of molecule where total number of OH group is 6. 6 hydroxyl group is present. Then it is called alditol, sorbitol or mannitol, this type of. Because of different structure, it will be named as R. Next we will discuss some special type of alcohol, allylic alcohol. If the OH group is present at the allylic position, suppose this is allylic position, if OH is present here, then it is called allylic alcohol. If the OH group is present at the benzylic position, then it is called benzylic alcohol. Or if the OH group is present at the vinyl position, then it is called vinyl alcohol. Another we can think about, this is called propargyl alcohol. Propargyl alcohols. Next, there may be another two type of alcohol. One is called geminal diol, another is called vicinal diol. This type of geminal alcohols or geminal diols are unstable. Vicinal diol is ethylene glycol. Ethylene glycol is a vicinal diol because the two OH group is present at the 1,2 position of two side by side carbon atom. But in case of geminal diol, this is not stable. Here there will be elimination of one water. This is unstable, and formation of keto group or ketone. If there is 3 OH group in the same carbon atom, it is also unstable, and there will be elimination of water, it will form carboxylic acid. So these are unstable. But there are some examples where gem diols containing electron withdrawing group that may be stable, like chloral hydrate. If we draw the structure of chloral hydrate, then we can see there is hydrogen bond. This gem diol is stable because of intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Another type of gem diol is stable. This is because of angle strain. Here, if you think about the hybridization, it is sp3 hybridized. So here angle should be 109 degree 28 minute, but actually it is 60 degree. So the angle strain is 49 degree 28 minute. But if we lose water, that is not happening, it will form one cyclic ketone compound, and in this case the hybridization is sp2. So its bond angle should be 120 degree, but actually it is 60 degree. So total angle strain is, bond angle strain is 60 degree. So as it is more strain compared to this one, so this one is stable. That is why it is not formed. And here chloral hydrate is also stable. These are exceptional cases where gem diols are stable. Next we will discuss the nomenclature. Nomenclature we have already studied in class 11. So here I am discussing only 1-2 examples. Suppose CH3OH, its common name is methyl alcohol and its IUPAC name is methanol. Actually, in case of alcohol, the IUPAC name is alkanol. After alkane E is dropped and OL is added. If we think about this molecule, its common name is tertiary butyl alcohol, and if we write the IUPAC name, then it will be 1, 2, 3. 2-methyl propan 2-ol. Okay. Next, if I write ethylene glycol, its IUPAC name will be ethane 1,2-diol. If we write the structure of glycerol, then its IUPAC name will be propane 1,2,3-triol. And you will practice more. Okay, it is already given in book. Next we will go to the structure of this type of alcohol. Actually, if we think about the structure, alcohols are generally V-shaped. If we think about the simplest alcohol, that is methyl alcohol, methanol, here both the carbon atom as well as oxygen, both are sp3 hybridized. There is 2 lone pair, and here bond angle should be 109 degree 28 minute, but its actual value of bond angle is 108.9 degree. This is because of the lone pair repulsion. Here, according to the Vespa theory, bond pair, lone pair, and lone pair. The lone pair repulsion is highest, so it will decrease the bond angle from its normal value. And if we think about the polarity, if we compare with water, water is more polar than alcohol. So alcohols are less polar. And if we increase the alkyl chain, then they will be less polar. Generally, that is why the small alkyl chain length alcohols are water soluble, but if we increase the chain length of the alkyl group, it will become insoluble in water because it cannot form hydrogen bond. Next we will discuss the isomerization in alcohols. Isomerization in alcohols. First, it can show chain isomers. We know that isomers have same molecular formula but different structure. So here only the alkyl chain length will be different. So this is the N-butanol and this one is called isobutanol. So here, because of the different chain, okay, so these are called chain isomer. Second, position isomers. In case of position isomer, if we take one chain, if the OH is at the end, it can change its position at the 2, then it will form positional isomer. First one is called N-butanol and this one is called 2-butanol. So here position of the OH group is changed, that is why they are called positional isomer. Next, 3 functional group isomer. Functional group isomers. If we take butanol, it can also, with the same molecular formula, we can draw a structure of diethyl ether. So here functional group is different. So having the same molecular formula, so they are called functional group isomer. Another kind we can tell that optical isomers. If the alcohol molecule have chiral center, then it can show optical isomer. CH3HOH and C2H5. Take the mirror image. Another type of alcohol. Both of the alcohol have same molecular formula, but they are different structure. This one is the mirror image of this one, but they are not superimposable. So that is why they are called optical enantiomers, and they are optically active, and so that is why they are called optical isomers. Next we discuss the preparation of alcohol. Preparation of alcohol, first we will discuss that hydration of alkenes. Preparation of alcohols. First process is hydration of alkene. If we take any alkene, we are taking one unsymmetrical alkene so that we can understand, and here it will follow the Markovnikov addition rule. Here if we give water in presence of acid, then there will be formation of alcohol. This is according to the Markovnikov addition rule, because here if we draw the mechanism, then you can easily understand. So this will take the proton and more stable carbocation will be formed, and second step the water will attack here. And third step there will be deprotonation, and finally we will get the structure like this. So this is the mechanism, and in this way, by hydration of alkene, we can prepare alcohols. Next, we can take another process where we can use concentrated sulfuric acid. If we take any alkene and if we add concentrated sulfuric acid, then there will be formation of formation of OSO3H. One side there will be addition of hydrogen, another side there will be addition of OSO3H. In next step, if we heat it with water, hydrolyzed by water in presence of heat, then according to Markovnikov addition rule, we will get the product. So here also the mechanism is formed. This is the more stable carbocation is formed. Here we can show you that sulfuric acid first dissociate to form H plus and HSO4 minus. Now this H plus will be attacked here. Then we will get H plus here and more stable carbocation here. So HSO4 minus will attack here. So from here we will get OSO3H. Next step, water will attack here and that will form this OH minus, and in next step it will take one proton from this sequence. So in this way we can easily prepare alcohol by using concentrated sulfuric acid on alkene. So this is one kind of Markovnikov addition. It is following the Markovnikov addition. Next, another process for preparation of alcohol we can use, that is called oxomercuration and demercuration reaction. So in oxomercuration or demercuration reaction we have to use mercuric acetate. So if we add mercuric acetate in presence of H plus, in presence of acid, then it will form OH and here HgOSC. In next step we have to use sodium borohydride and NaOH. Then we will get the corresponding alcohol. It is also following the Markovnikov rule. So this is also a Markovnikov product. Here the mechanism if we show, then you can easily understand. First we are taking this alkene. So here this is the mercuric acetate. So mercury has vacant orbital, so it will take the pi electron cloud, and then there will be formation of one bridge compound. Hg plus. Now this compound is stable, and in next step water will attack, and water will generally prefer the less sterically hindered position, as well as the carbocation here it will form, the stable carbocation it will form in this side. So this will open, and this is one kind of anti-addition. So finally we are getting in next step there will be deprotonation by that OSC minus, and we will get this compound. Then we have to use sodium borohydride. We know that in presence of OH minus, we know that sodium borohydride is a hydride donor. So hydride will attack here, and this carbon mercury bond will break, and finally we will get the alcohol product. Understand? So in this way, by oxymercuration and demercuration process, we can prepare alcohol, and if we take ethylene, then it will form the primary alcohol. Otherwise, if we take propene, then it is forming the secondary alcohol, and it is also following the Markovnikov's rules. So today time is up. So next class I will discuss more about the preparation of this alcohol.